2.5 years ago, when my health declined to a point where I felt that a normal conversation felt as if I had run a marathon. I went to a Lyme clinic in Germany. This treatment was quite intense. I got ozone treatments and infusions a few times a week. It was in this period that my body completely broke down. These ozone treatments brought up so many toxins, while my body wasn't able enough to eliminate them properly, or actually even worse, my body felt completely blocked and clogged up. My heartbeat was 120 in rest. My body was so exhausted that I couldn't even talk one word or stand on my feet for a few seconds. My respiratory syndrome felt as if it was paralyzed. I just couldn't breathe much. And honestly, I felt my body was slowly dying. It was very intense. My body got so ill and so sensitive that I couldn't even handle electrical fields from lamps. I couldn't use my phone anymore. I couldn't use my laptop anymore, not just for 1 second. So every exposure made me feel horribly tensed in my head and neck area. I spent almost €12,000 for a 5-week treatment, and I only got sicker and sicker. Spent a lot of money to feel actually like shit. I knew I need to take some action because I could clearly feel that this situation could become life-threatening. Eventually, I looked on the internet, and then I saw online Buteyko course. Three years before this disaster in Germany, I did a Buteyko course in Amsterdam, and it was the first time that I really could feel something is really changing. But it was a very hard time to get my CP up, and the method I did in Amsterdam was a completely different method as what I have done now with Learn Buteyko online. Definitely I got some benefits from the practice, but my body was actually so sick that I needed more carbon dioxide. The practice in Amsterdam wasn't giving me enough to reverse my symptoms. I started with a CP of 6, but I couldn't get it beyond 9. I felt pretty stuck. But still, with a CP of 9, I felt for the first time in my life more energy. My blood circulation improved a bit, which I didn't have before. And I knew this is it. So I thought I better revisit this Buteyko method because I knew it works. So despite the fact I was very EMS sensitive, I had to force myself to learn the Buteyko method online. After one beginner's training, I felt already so much improvement. Actually, after day 1 of the course, I felt, whoa, this is it. I felt more energy. I had lots and lots of toxins coming out of my system. My concentration improved. My digestive system improved. I wasn't anxious for 24/7 anymore. Before I did the beginner's course, my CP was 4. And after the beginner's course, my CP was 10, 9, 10. It was a very tough time in the first months, actually in the whole period, but I knew it's all worth it. I felt my symptoms were slowly disappearing. My whole body feels completely different. I'm not there yet, but the improvements what I feel, whoa, it's actually unbelievable. It's so it really gave me my life back. over the last 3.5 years that I have been practicing, all of the symptoms that I was suffering have gradually disappeared. Some of them are still with me as a shadow, but I'm completely confident that they will gradually disappear altogether. A CP, a control pulse of 4, is actually a death sentence. Now my CP is between 35 and 40, and the quality of my life has improved dramatically. I'm a little bit confused because here in Holland, a lot of people get diagnosed with Lyme's disease. Almost everybody who experiences some physical discomfort gets the diagnosis of Lyme's disease. Almost everybody. And like me, I was also diagnosed with Lyme disease, with late stage Lyme disease. And now, after 3.5 years of practicing Buteyko, I did a test. They cannot find any Lyme's disease anymore. They say, okay, you don't have Lyme's disease anymore. But honestly, I really don't know if Lyme's disease really exists. I did 10 tests in my life, and 5 of them said you have Lyme disease. The other 5 said you don't have Lyme disease. I went to a very good therapist in Holland. She's very famous to help me with this EMF sensitivity, but it didn't help. And she did a proper test, and she said to me, hey, that's strange. I cannot find any Lyme disease in your system, not even in your feet or so. Vladimir told me that Lyme's disease disappears when you have a CP of 35, but I don't know if Lyme's disease really exists. So, and Joe had the same feeling. I talked with him about Lyme's disease. He was also diagnosed with Lyme disease, and he has the same idea about it. Yeah.